Hey guys, Grebo Tools here. I'm going to show you a little hack here on the Makita Grinder. I run a lot of different ones. You can see I've got a couple of cordless ones here, the old school brushed ones, the brushes hiding underneath there, and then the new brushless one. And then here is one of the corded ones. These are all 4.5-inch grinders. Bought them all different times, different uses. But if you look at this one, you can see there's something wrong. No power switch. Well, that's because it is now on the side. So I have one of these, this one specifically, set up just with a cutting wheel, just to quick hack something off. And when you're using it, with that switch on the side, it's uncomfortable and your hand kind of rests right over top of where it should be. Let me show you on this guy. So you can move that switch to a better spot, so when you're using it as a cutoff tool, it's right where you need it, where you can get at it easier and safer. This is a pretty complicated procedure. We're gonna need a lot of high-end quality parts here. If you can't afford the $500 Snap-on, then you probably shouldn't be doing this kind of dangerous thing. I'm just messing with you. You could actually pull this off probably with a fingernail clipper if you had enough patience, and I don't know why you'd do it, but you could. It's not that complicated. So basically, like I showed you, this guy's already been changed over. This one, if you're just curious, model number 9557 Nora Bravo. Yeah. This one's the one we're gonna change over. That one is Boy Girl Adam 452. Boy Girl Adam Eve. Anyway, this one I'm not gonna change over because, as you can see, I have a grinding wheel on here. I use this one for grinding. So I want the switch to be on the bottom. Now, there is another, yeah, that's a different topic. I'm not gonna cover it. So, this complicated procedure is performed by removing these 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not that one, that's just the blade guard. It's kind of in the way on this one. So I'll have to, I didn't have to remove it, but I had to loosen it up. As you can see, Jesus, I can't even count to 4. All right, get in the hole. There we go. So now your head pops off. Okay, should probably pull the battery out. Thanks. Yep, you mentioned that one. Yeah, there we go. That's a little safer. Okay, so the reason this works is because if you look at this head, it's exactly the same all the way around. And this spiral bevel gear is what it's called, is gonna be in the same spot and contact the same way no matter which way you go around. So you could potentially actually turn this guy upside down. Now that wouldn't be very safe because your blade guard's in the way, but you can do whatever the heck you want with it. So for my case, I'm right-handed. I want to cut this way, so I want the switch on top here. So now all I have to do, oh, by the way, so I already pulled this one off, took it apart, put it back together the wrong way so I could shoot this video. If you see down the side of there, I've had this one now for almost 10 years. There was not much grease in there when I opened it up. This gear was dry as a bone. And so I squirted a bunch more goop in there just because it can't hurt anything, right? A little lube never hurt you. Till you're having a little afternoon delight and the wife is trying to go shopping afterwards, and she says her thighs are sliding around like, well, yeah, you get the picture. So now, reverse the steps. 4 screws in. And adjust this guy back where I want it. And voila, super complicated. Takes so much time. Better take a day off work just to get this one accomplished. But now when I want to grind, my switch is right there in line with my hand. And if you don't believe me, yes, it works just fine. No grinding gears, no weird noises, anything like that. So this little hack off machine here is ready to go into action. And I'm gonna adjust that blade guard just a little bit. Oh, I didn't even tighten it down. Jeez, safety first. There we go. So, yeah, pretty simple, straightforward. I feel like I've always been a bigger fan of these switches for a cutoff tool, just because when it's sitting over by your hand, well, because if you're trying to use it as a cutoff tool, you have to hold it like this, in order to pull the trigger and make it cut. But now with this little hack, because like I said, this will work on the brushless, you could rotate this so that your paddle is on the bottom, on, cut, off. More of a dead man switch, this one. Wait for it to stop spinning. Don't put your finger in there to make it stop spinning. I still got all 10 because I've been smart enough not to do that. But you can see how that switch will stay on, whereas this guy, as soon as you let up, it's gonna stop. So there you go. I've got both my cutoff grinders set up that way now. I just keep one corded one cordless one around. That way I don't have to set them up. They're just ready to rock and roll. I'd rather go spend the $100 on the bare tool. I got plenty of batteries around, so it just saves me a lot of time when I'm working in the shop. If you guys have any questions, comments, put them down below. And sorry I'm not better at YouTube.